friends, happy Wednesday. I was coming to you from my little forest here, and I've got a friend competing with me in the background, my little chippy friend. So hopefully this will work out okay. Maybe he has something to say too, I don't know. Anyway, I hope that you're all doing really wonderful, and I know there's been, like I always say, so much going on and so much we've been adjusting to, and just, so much happening and changes that we've had to walk through and transitions, and I know it can be really tough, and for each person it's a little bit different. I just really have been sharing a lot lately in the messages on my other YouTube videos, just about the importance of coming back to our center, like using this time as a gift, which it really is. It's an amazing opportunity, for us to come back to our center and to be who we really are. It's funny, I used to have a children's program called Free to Be Me, and it's something, I've been working and striving for in my life, is to kind of balance out or work through the patterns that I created that were keeping me from being free to be myself. The things that I've learned through society and family that were just passed on, and little by little just really actually learning a lot from the kids. I have 4 children of my own, and just trying to learn to hold space for them to be who they are and be free to be who they are. That's what I did my best to do as a parent. And it's not always easy, right? Because that means giving somebody the space to be who they really are means that they may not be who you want them to be. And that's the whole purpose, is we want to get to that space where we're all okay to do that and be that. So as we're holding that space for others, we also got to come back to ourselves and say, am I being who I'm really here to be? Am I being true to myself? And sometimes we don't even know what that is anymore, because it's been so covered and clouded from all the different, things that we've learned over the years. And so it's really, takes a bit of practice to come back to that, or the willingness to look at, okay, who am I? What do I believe in myself? Not, sometimes if you stop and look, you're gonna realize a lot of your beliefs and things that you've done weren't necessarily maybe from your heart. That was because maybe the inspiration or the nudges from the people around you, or the way society was, or maybe it was a financial piece, where a lot of times we do things because this is what's going to make us the most money, and this is what's going to be more productive for our life's path, but it might be the furthest away from our heart as possible. Or we took on somebody else's dreams, and we wanted to have their approval. We wanted them to feel good about us, and so we did a lot of things, made a lot of choices that weren't really in alignment with our heart. And this whole year has been clearing out, not just for the earth, but for each one of us, some of those imbalances. It's been giving us the opportunity, and if we're not conscious about it, it can just seem like a bunch of turmoil, or a bunch of obstacles, and stresses and challenges, and sometimes pain and discomfort. But if we start doing it more consciously, we can start saying, okay, this is showing me what's out of balance. This is showing me where my thoughts are out of balance. Now let me start making some new choices. And when you start making the choices, and they're in alignment with loving yourself and coming from your heart of what you're here to do, and you start creating a space for you to be free to be who you are, it's amazing what can happen. And it's really important for this year, because that's what it's been about. It's been giving us, whether we want it or not, the opportunity to come back to it. Like, we have to, because the vibration of the planet has changed, and the energy of all around that's hitting the planet, everything, all the alignments, and if you're into astrology, you can look into all of that, and a lot of it's explained. It has changed completely, and so we have to catch up. We have to balance out with those changes. And our physical balances out more when our emotional and mental balances out. And so a lot of times it's being willing, the more conscious we are, we can look at, what patterns am I holding on to that are no longer serving me? Maybe they never did, and that's okay. We don't have to judge it, none of that. It was all what we needed each moment. If we trust the process of life, we understand that we are safe, that everything happens for a reason. We came in to learn certain things and to experience certain things, so it was all great. But now we're at a moment where we could consciously, or be conscious about the choices we make, and now start walking forward. Now start walking forward into creating the future and the foundation that's going to make us or create a life that's more enjoyable for us. And then as a whole also, because the more of us are living in our truth, and from our heart, that is going to ripple out to the planet, because there's no other possibility. There's no, good or bad or any of that. It's just the way that the universe works is it's all based on vibration. And so what we put out comes back, and what we're vibrating at, the universe is going to bring more of that. So if more of us are doing that, then before you know it, we can bring a more of an alignment, a harmony, a balance to ourselves, to our own lives, and to the planet. But it takes practice. It's funny that it should, right? It seems like it should be so simple, and really it is simple. It's that we were taught something different. We were taught a lot of things that kept us out of our own heart, out of our own balance, because that was part of a manipulation and a control and a path that we had chosen for a while, because on a higher spiritual level, you can understand that we learned from that. There was so much to learn and grow from. But now, today's a new day. Now we can step forward from here. So now let's start looking at our lives. What do you want to do? Start in every moment. Like right now, look around in your life. Think about, be conscious of your thoughts. What when you go to make a decision or someone's asking you to do something, check in with yourself first. Do I really want to do this? Is this really in alignment with my heart? And if not, you've got to weigh that out. And sometimes we still might make those choices, but if we do it consciously, it's a whole different game, because then we're not giving away our power. We're not playing the victim. We're not saying, oh, I have to do this. We're saying, no, you know what? I know that this may not be exactly what I want to do, but I'm doing it. I'm choosing to consciously do this because this feels better to me than the other choice at this moment. And then we keep going. Then you keep going. And then maybe you keep learning, what else is it? What are your passions? What do you love to do? And even if you don't know how to play that out or how to create a job around that, that's also kind of a cool thing right now, is we're creating new job. Sorry. We're creating new job opportunities. And our whole world with it changing, and as it changes, it kind of creates these doors for new possibilities, new needs that we have, or desires that we will have. And so then thus a new job appears, and so it keeps going, and we're unraveling so much. So don't think that you have to know, or don't think that because you've not seen it come together or work yet doesn't mean it's not going to. But when we kind of tap into our higher selves and our heart, and we, I'll put a lot of things out to the universe. I'm like, thank you for showing me the way. Thank you, higher self, for showing me what to do now, and just keep putting myself out to be of service, but in alignment with my heart. And then before I know it, things always happen. Amazing things kind of come about in ways I would have never expected. It'll just show up if we allow it. But that's all based on our thinking. If we are holding thoughts that things have to be hard, or we have to chase after something, or we don't have something, well, then that's all that can come to us. But if we change it, we're like, I'm so grateful for these opportunities that are showing up for me every day. Better and better things are coming my way. My source comes from within. We just keep affirming these things, and then being conscious of when our old patterns come up that are not in alignment with that, then we just notice them, let them pass, re-ground in the thoughts that we want, and make sure that your thoughts are based on being, giving gratitude or appreciation for what you have, instead of, if you're constantly focusing on, I want this, then we're also putting out some to the universe that we don't have it. Or, so there's a lot of little things that we can play with to help, in that process. And in the meantime, keep focusing on the moment. Try not to go past the moment. And I know that can be really challenging sometimes. There's some moments I'm really good at it, and there's other moments where I've completely forgotten I'm, somewhere else, either in the past or the future. But the more we practice this, the better we get at it. And that's where the magic happens, when we're in the moment, because we get the nudges, and you just follow that really strong pull that you're getting to do something, to say something, to talk to someone, or to not say something. And as you follow that, the next one shows up, and we keep going, even if it feels a little different because you're not used to it. But if you trust it, you will be amazed at how things can fall into place and be different and more easily if you, again, allow it. We have to allow it to be easy. Sometimes we're used to the struggle, we're used to that story of the struggle, or that story of things, being hard, of being a victim. bad things always happen to me. Why does this always happen to me, right? There's a lot of these things, and I'm not judging these at all, because this is what the world had taught us up to now, because we weren't ready to claim our power. But today's a new day. We are ready now. It's time. And this is time to step into that magical, amazing, incredible world that is in front of us. It's just, it takes us consistently practicing. The more of us that kind of hold hands and do it together, the more powerful it is, because we know even when we have our down moments, there's somebody there to help us and pick us up and tell us it's okay, and to keep going, and encouraging, you know, us to keep going. We see the inspiration all around us, and we see that we're not alone. And this is such a powerful time to do this. And so I really, again, I'm constantly being guided and bombarded right now from my guides and our guidance to remind in myself constantly, and to remind whoever I'm talking to and sharing like these videos, to like keep going, keep following your heart, keep, you know, stepping into your own sovereignty, your own power. You know, the more that we do this, again, the more we are creating and being part of this new foundation. And it's an incredible, beautiful, magical world, and we have this opportunity. This is the time that many of us have been waiting for. And even though it looks really weird right now, or crazy, or however, whatever adjective you want to put on it, it's just part of the processing. It's part of the processing that has to happen as the old stuff is moving out and it's making way for the new. And so the more, again, we hold this other space and this other perspective, we're assisting it to happen in a much easier, gentler way. And we know that it's okay, even though it looks yucky right now. And that's even, I recognize that in myself when I have to face some of my own shadows. It's not always pretty. It doesn't always feel wonderful, but there's a part of me that knows, I'm excited that this is just something that has to come up and cleanse so I can move to the other side. So I'm willing to do it. I'm willing to walk through it. And I am not willing to give it my power, because I know I don't have to. I know that it is not the doom and gloom that's going to be forever. I know that it's just a passing thing that's happening. And so if we hold on to that, we take our power back. And so I just wanted to share this with you today, and just reminders to like, let's take our power back. It's time. It really is time. And it's so exciting, the possibilities that are here now. And it's so nice when we have more support, and those of us that are able to, do it together. And it doesn't matter where we're at. We don't have to judge anything, where we came from, when we go up and down. That's just all part of the process. We're really doing an amazing job. We're working through so much. We're having like a crash course. And so at the same time, be loving to yourself and nurturing, and to the people around us, extend as much compassion as possible. Sometimes I know it can be challenging, because we may not understand where someone's coming from, or how they can see or say or do what they're doing. But if we just remember we're all in a different space, it makes a big difference. It really does. And extend that compassion, extend that love, that unconditional love. I love you as you are. I love me as I am. And let's see where that magic takes us, because I know I can see it growing every day, and it's so exciting. I see it. And so maybe I can lend that feeling and that knowing to you if you are having a down moment. And I know in my down moments, I pick it back up from the people around me, or my support circle, or the people even on social media. I surround myself with a lot of positive beings on social media, so it helps me on the moments that I might have forgotten. And anyway, I just want to send you so much love and gratitude and appreciation for who you are and the role you're playing. And I'm really excited for each next step, and the journey, and what it's looking like, and what it's gonna look like. And if you'd like more information or guidance, you can find more of my videos on YouTube. It's under my name, Carolyn Kaufman. Last name is Kaufman. And my website, I have lots of my meditation videos and guidance and other information about my private services. And if you're looking for some assistance and through these transitions, you can check that out. And if you want some meditations, there's tons of my meditations on there, and some writings, and just different various things that upcoming scheduled for our spiritual support circles that I'm doing every other week. And my website is thelabyrinthoflife.com. It's thelabyrinthoflife.com. And if you are liking the videos I'm doing, please like and subscribe, and let me know if there's anything that you know would like me to talk about. Any of your thoughts and comments, I'd love to hear it. So anyway, much love and big hugs to you until we talk again.